On behalf of all of us here at Lost in Dysfunction, thank you for tuning in and watching our very first episode. If you like what you hear and or see, feel free to leave a comment, like, and subscribe below for more weird shit like this. This is the only time I'm doing one of these, so you know it's a big deal. But yeah, thank you so much, honestly. We hope you enjoy what this will be. Have fun. Oh my god, okay. Okay, so I do have a story I can tell you both of y'all. Cassie, in case you don't know, I work at a theater. I like the opportunity to be able to see movies and shit,
Oh yeah,
but I never wanted to physically assault a kid so bad.
Oh my god.
Like, they were just running around, yelling, repeating themselves so many times. It was just, and their parents are right there. I'm like, dog, stop having kids. Like, it's so bad, you know?
Yeah.
But that was what my day was like for the most part, just kind
Oh
of
my
bad.
god.
But what about you, Cassie? What have you been up to? What's your day
Um.
like?
Uh. Today, I went to go see. Have you heard of the movie Everything? Fuck. What's the movie fucking called?
Oh, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah, that shit was a masterpiece. Oh my god. That
I
is
Mm.
the
haven't seen it.
best
Don't
movie.
sell it.
I'm gonna sell it. It's the best movie I've watched in a while. Okay, that was mind blowing. Oh my god, my mind was fucked for like an hour
My
after.
God.
Nice. That
It
movie
was
was good.
nice. Yeah, right. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I liked it. I like the theme of it, the whole thing. Dylan, you should go watch it so you can like all talk about
Cassie.
it together.
Yeah, I was gonna say once you watch it, then we could like spoil it for you, or like at least
Yeah.
break it down a little bit more.
Okay, well, when I got time and money.
Oh, it's worth your time, worth your money. It's all of that.
Everything. Your soul.
Worth everything, everywhere. Some would say all at once, but
Yeah.
Oh my God.
but no, that
Did you
movie's
say
dope.
so?
I won't spoil it either, but like I think I told people this. I was like, dare I say this shit is cinematic? I don't use that word
Oh
lightly.
my. He does not. He's very picky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Ooh.
Fuck college. Fuck college.
That's where I'm
I'm
at.
broke as hell.
Oh,
I'm broke as hell.
That's where I'm at.
I'm ready to stand on the corner or something. At least get hit by a car for some
oh my
money. Damn.
god.
Damn, get hit by a car. Okay.
Has to
Look,
be by
you
the
gotta do what you
fucking
gotta do.
bruh. Okay, yeah, but okay, at least make it like school property vehicle, so they pay you, bruh.
Rule.
Yeah.
It has to
On
be a
I'm gonna go
bus
on
or
the
some
edge of the
shit.
property.
state. I'm gonna go on the campus they always drive, and I'm gonna just throw myself.
Yeah, bruh. That's how you
Hey,
do it.
look,
That's how
look.
you.
School classes shouldn't be $3,000 a
Oh,
year. Like I got that shit.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Fucking,
It's too much. They're really
Should
trying
yeah,
to
I'm
fuck
broke
with
as
school
hell.
money.
I think
I
it should
came with
only
a
be
scholarship.
expensive if the quality of what you're getting is worth it.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
I'm a psychology major. What the fuck am I still gotta get a PhD. Yeah, I'm not even done.
Man. I spent a lot of this time, and I mean, I'm about to graduate, right? So like I've been very kind of reflective a bit. And you know, it I like film. Like film major, the entire experience has just been way different than any other major. From the classroom to the professors to like their expectations of you. It's like they don't treat you or the content that they're providing as just shit that you have to digest. They want you to not only be interested, engaged, and want you to really understand it. And that makes a huge difference, when you look at the rest of these majors.
That makes sense. More of an artistic view since it's film, compared to
Yeah.
like maybe math or other STEM.
You see where I get the wise words from? He is my cousin, who I see as a brother. So when you when you think of all of this, the beautiful wording that we have in our family, it only comes from us too, because everybody else is trash.
Oh my
No
god.
offense.
Man, funny because like education. You could
Education.
like what are you said your majors are psych and Cassie, what's yours?
Spanish studies,
Spanish
very
studies.
interesting.
We went the easy way out. All right, fuck the
Okay,
first language is
yeah,
Spanish.
I
The
know.
hell,
Okay, look,
easy way out.
okay, I wanted to get into this major because I wanted to, learn the grammatical stuff of Spanish because
Yeah.
I don't know how to speak it, and do the all their shit, but I don't know how it's structured. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting, but I'm kind of like seeing what am I gonna do with it in the future because I don't
That's
know.
fair.
I don't know if it's useful or not.
I mean,
Like,
it can be as for
I,
like
I can
we have a lot of
translate it.
Spanish speakers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Translators make good money,
Yeah.
I live
depending.
in this fucking area where everyone speaks Spanish. I
Yeah, and
can
we're
do
getting gentrified anyway.
I have a picture I drew of what the modern Latina woman looks like. It's the funniest shit ever.
Oh God.
Okay, I respect women, but like for a second here, they
Be
like,
racist so quick.
you know what a comma looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me that is not what a Latina woman looks like. Like by the time she's done had at least 2 kids
Oh my god.
every time.
Okay. So let's look at all the Hispanic women we know.
Uh,
Okay, basically, let's look at all of our friends'
okay,
moms.
yeah, let's look at
Cassie.
my mom, my aunts, my grandma. Let's see.
Okay, I'm looking at your mom. I'm looking at Rosie's mom. Looking at Jasmine. Damn, he's not wrong.
He's
I'm
not
not.
wrong. I'm so sorry, but he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Not saying I'm looking at your moms like that, but like, yeah,
I mean,
no, it is what
that's
it is.
like I'm just saying like
It's
is
okay
it
though.
I've seen this for I've watched a lot of people, so
Yeah.
That's concerning. People
but
don't.
that shit makes me laugh though cuz it's just really funny. I'm like y'all should it's I'm like there's a peak for Latina women sometimes and
Sometimes, yeah. Unless you have money.
true,
Yep,
yeah.
Yeah. You
and
can
it's
get
all
all
fake.
that shit done. Oh my god.
What were we saying?
College.
Ugh.
The youth
Education sucks.
degree. Yeah. But I think a lot of people, especially in the business major, I have this one friend who's only in business because he thinks it can like open him doors, which I think is true, if you know about business, you can open doors and stuff like that for yourself to take that major or to study that, just so they can do something else. This is maybe I think for them college is like a very small stepping stone into what they want to do. So they really like don't put that much effort in. Like I see
Yeah.
a lot here around my college too. Just like, oh dang, so passionless. With
Mhm.
their stuff. I'm like, wow, this is sad. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there were more people who were passionate about education. I think it.
I mean, I understand why they aren't though. Right?
Yeah,
Like we said, fuck college. I
it's okay.
understand. Like cuz the thing is, here's the thing.
Mhm.
I'm still in college for a couple reasons. One, because I want to get I want to get a business minor.
Mhm.
And I think it's a waste of time right now. But at the time I thought it was good. I'm also still here because not because I didn't complete everything I needed to for my film degree, but because I haven't finished taking a class on kinesiology. Why does kinesiology matter when I came here to study film? You don't think about it going into college, but it's like, irregardless of if we're paying thousands of dollars to get here, the premise is that we get to choose our path of where we want to go. But yet I still have to take these classes that I don't want to have anything to do with because they aren't relevant to the path I'm trying to go on, right? And you can't even fight. Like I've tried fighting counselors, and then I'm like, so I really have to take this class, even though this teacher is being an asshole. You're telling me the 3 to 4 years I took to earn my film degree, I've already completed the capstone. I've already proven I can pop off in film. But you're telling me I'm not done until I can prove why we should put on condoms. Like, like it gets
Very
ridiculous.
silly. Yeah.
Like it's
So
dumb. So fuck
I don't know.
education.
Yeah, I don't know. I think GEs are just I don't know. They're maybe okay. Maybe they're like useful to people who don't know what they want to do, but for people who are like certain that are like, yeah, I want to do, I don't know, math. Like, I don't think it should be like that necessary for them. Because I don't care, bro. We already did like fucking our whole lives worth of GEs. Fucking middle school, high school. Like,
Exactly.
I think we're, through with that. We're here to get a specific education on something we want to
Wait,
accomplish in life.
wait. Then why don't they go to community college? Because that's where most people go when they don't know that, and if they can't afford it, really.
Yeah.
But it's like
And
I'm wasting my time taking chemistry, knowing I did that shit hella long ago, and now I'm
for
taking
real.
a chemistry class that I don't give a fuck about, and I'm failing because I don't care. That's why I
Exactly.
say fuck college, because most of the money goes to the GEs, because that's what you're mostly doing. We'd all graduate within 2 years if we just did our majors.
Yeah, exactly. We would have
But
more
that's the money maker. That's the money maker.
time. Bro,
They
okay.
keep you an extra 2 years, more debt for you to be in.
That's what's crazy. And you know the shit that makes me laugh every fucking time I think about it? I'm still waiting on my financial aid. Because
Oh, you got financial aid, bros?
I know I
Pass it
did
over.
apparently. I got it at
Pass
some
it
point.
over. Pass it over, man. Don't
I
be
don't have it
proud.
anymore. My financial aid was so
Shit.
low, I thought it was my paycheck.
What?
Like
How much do you make?
God.
No,
exactly.
wait. How much do you get paid? You get paid hourly?
Yeah. So I
So
don't
how much you
know.
make?
It depends. Like if it was like at the
What you
theater,
mean
I
it
make like
depends?
$500, and then my other job here where I put in my hours, I can make up to like 900 to 1,000 depending.
Wow.
So somewhere down the line, I guess I got my financial aid, but my dumbass probably thought it was my paycheck.
What?
You know, that's how low it was. Because I'm an RA, so I don't have to pay for
That's
meal
true.
plan and housing.
Yeah.
So I expect at
I should have
least
did that.
2K, if not more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's great. Because it just makes me laugh. I'm like, damn, I was sitting here
I
waiting and
should have been an
shit.
RA. I could have
Yeah,
still
Hmm.
been on
free
campus.
housing, free food.
I mean, being an
No,
RA is
no.
bullshit.
First of all, fuck that. Because then kids be acting like they don't know how to do shit.
Y- Yeah, that's the
No, it's
thing.
true. It's
It
true.
it's very true. It's very
Literally,
true.
It's true.
when you go to college, you find out how many people do not know
Are
how to.
useless.
Yeah, they're
Very.
useless. They don't know how to do anything.
I can
Oh
understand
my
if they're like international kids coming here.
god.
Yeah, that's different. That's different because they're all from different places and they do different things. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
But when you got somebody from like LA or Cupertino or something, and they're like, "So how do you work this?" And I'm like, "Yo,
Man,
what you mean how?"
you
How
know,
would you live your life?
it's
For real.
so
Somebody
it's
asked
so
how to work
weird.
a stove.
It's
They asked
so
how to work a
unfortunate.
stove, man.
But I mean, you know, I've been an RA for 5 years. But like
Wow.
4 years, 4.5.
Huh.
And you know, I've seen
Hmm.
a lot of students. I've had to help a lot of students in a lot of ways. And I mean, sometimes I get it. Like some people I guess have parents that really do care. So their parents actually give
Can't
them
relate.
a lot of right? Like their parents give them a lot of attention and do a lot of things for them.
We didn't get that growing up.
No, that's the huge difference. I think a
We got
lot of people like us, you know, who
we
we do
got
grow in,
grounded. That's what we got.
yeah, like where we have all these corporal punishments, we have low poverty neighborhoods, we have to grow up at a younger rate. You know, we have to come to a lot of realizations faster than a lot of people.
Hmm.
And, you know,
Yeah.
it unfortunately it makes all these other people look dumb as shit. Like because
No, you
Yeah.
know it's crazy.
they don't understand the concept of being on time. Like if the place closes at 8 o'clock, don't show up at 7:55 expecting
Oh,
anything.
oh my god. I
Sir,
hate that. The dining hall I used to work at, a shit ton of people would do that. Just
Like
come
it's
in
so
a minute
dumb.
I
before.
see. We only did that when we was high as shit
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
because we would have parties and we were like, we need the juice that they're serving for chasers because we just
Yeah.
spent about $100 worth of bottles and with no chaser. So let me go hit up that apple juice, that cranberry juice, and maybe some of that what was
Guava.
that guava shit, that one, the crack one. That one that
Nice.
everybody drank, and I was the only one that was fucking gone every day. And let me mix that with my fucking vodka and Hennessy and shit.
Yeah, see that's what I don't mind. Like I don't like I see people like I don't think I've had people come into the theater themselves like either like high as hell or you know, you can kind of tell they're just here to have a good time and that's fine. Like live your
Yeah.
best life, but like people will get so mad, whether it's here or at the theater, like as if we did something wrong when your life is your choice, man. We didn't do anything wrong. You are just a dumb person. Like, okay, oh my, I will save like my theater stories for another time. I have to like compile them all, but
Oh,
I've had here's just one that always makes me and my employees, my coworkers laugh. So
Nothing.
a few months ago, we got a little customer review board put in our break room, so that way we could see the reviews people are leaving. So I looked at one of the really negative ones, and it was from this asshole. This thing said, "Oh yeah, I stood in front of the box office for like 15 minutes, and no one was there, and none of the employees at the concession told me."
It was a
Uh,
sign, bro.
yeah, like, and he was like, they all just looked at me while I stood there. Like, yeah, no shit. Because if you see 6, 5, 4, 3, 7 employees all at concession and no one in the box office, dog, what's the next thing
Why
you
don't you
do?
walk over there and say, "Hey, is there?"
Like, it's not on me to use your brain at all. Like
Like,
oh
why would you?
God, for real.
Maybe
Just
I just
stand
got
there
too
and
much
look around.
anxiety.
that
I got
for
too much
like,
anxiety to have
Probably.
7 people staring at me
bro. I
and be
think it'd be
like,
a race thing. I think it'd be a
"Was he
race
white?
thing.
Was he white?"
We don't know who they were. They're anonymous people, so like it could have been at any
I
point
mean, just the
anybody.
most people who do it. The most people who just stand there, are they mainly white?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, we
Oh yeah,
need
every time. I mean, everybody
It
does
makes
it, but it's a
Yeah, but then
predominantly
most
white
people get
neighborhood.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
talk to people.
but that should be funny because it happens all the time. And like I say it once. I'd be like, hey, we could help you out over here. You don't hear me or you see me and you don't walk over. Cool. I'm gonna walk away. I'm
You
going
don't
on
want
break.
the movie that
Like
bad.
like that.
You don't
Like
want it.
they'll. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk. Customers are just the worst people. Like they'll say,
This
this
is
is what
why
they'll
I
say to me.
always.
And me and my coworkers, we talk about this all the time. Now you walk up, and this is if you say this to me, I'm punching you in the face. You
Don't
walk
say
up,
it.
and this is what you say: "Hey, can I get an icy?"
What flavor you want?
Like, no, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know what flavor. I don't know what size, dog. You got to talk. Like, you can't say half of a sentence.
Hey,
Like
yo, can I get a icy?
it's so
Big bro.
frustrating. It's so frustrating because you see
Yeah.
them looking at the food, looking at what they want, but not saying the full sentence. And I'm like, bruh, like it happens all the time with ices, with drinks, sometimes with
What
popcorn.
size? What
You ever
flavor?
have those people who like just stand there and waste your time and just be
Oh
like,
my god.
Uh,
Yeah, like
this
I
is
would
why
have
I don't
to,
work in food service, or
man,
I can't say customer service.
it takes a
Or
lot.
do.
It takes a lot of patience, but
yeah.
we have fun.
No, I do. I just don't see the people.
Yeah, like
I work in the warehouse.
man, lucky, lucky. I would
Yeah.
rather. That's essentially what students are, though. They do the same shit,
Yeah.
like with
I don't know.
student stuff. So fuck them. But I also love them too. They're really fun. They're really sweet sometimes. That's what's
Sometimes,
It depends on the day.
yeah.
sometimes they can kiss my ass too.
Um, but the last thing I do want to say about education is that I
If you want one,
think
get one.
I think I've said this a lot of times, and a lot of people kind of that I've talked to think it's a little intriguing. But we're gonna probably get to a point, at least here in America, where we're probably not gonna do college after a while. Probably just not gonna have it around.
We're already getting to that point, man.
A
Like
lot of people are just not going. Yeah.
exactly, people aren't going, and the education in college you can get on YouTube.
You can. It's all accessible.
Ah,
You don't need to pay thousands of
Actually,
dollars.
I actually did a study on that.
You did?
Yeah, because I'm fucking psych major where
That's
I'm
true.
taking sociology,
Hmm.
and we do the last topic we did was, well, before this last one, was education and how education is failing the institution. And
Yes.
and this and she had me read a whole article about it and basically summarize the points and give my opinion. And basically, what it was saying was that out of the minorities and people of color, they're the main ones who are like not gonna go, which is valid because of obviously cost, and then having to work, and then do you want to do it, and then if you finished high school or if you dropped out, because we had the highest dropout rate. It was like
Mhm.
8.2%, something like that.
Dang.
It's fair though. It's valid because I was reading it and it was saying how in a minority household, we all know the saying of you got to go to college so then you can get a good life, so you can
Mhm.
get this good job, and that's why we all go because
Right.
we
Yeah.
think college is the key to getting a successful life. When realistically, it's not. Because then once you graduate, it's like my sister. She finished college 2 years ago. This girl is working at Amazon, and I make more than her. First of all, I work part time, and I'm still in school. I make more than she does, and she has a sociology degree, and she works full time. My cousin is graduating this year, and the job that she got, because she's a law student, and so she offered her a job. Obviously, because when you graduate, you get these job offers
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the max that they were going to pay her was like $21. I'm like, what is she going to do with that?
Oh, hell no.
She has a
Especially,
car. Gas is $6 now, $7.
yeah.
Rent, you got to give a whole arm, leg, foot, and probably a heartbeat to live somewhere. A studio, God forbid, if you're lucky.
Mm.
Health, food,
No,
shit.
it's crazy.
The cost of living, or yeah, the cost of living and the quality of education are not in line at all.
Not adding up.
You know,
No.
and
But then
students,
but they're gonna blame it on minorities for being the lowest rates.
duh, and it's like, in reality, what opportunities do we really have outside when we leave this place?
Right.
Like that's
Because
the
then even if we do, we're still minorities. They're not gonna take us even if we have
exactly,
the degree.
Mhm.
and
Like
that's the shit. That's the shit. Like,
that's the
in
kicker that they don't tell you.
the thing also that kind of sucks is that when you're in college, here's a double-edged sword about college. It's one of the best social experiences you could ever experience as a person.
Yeah.
And however, you are put in a huge bubble because though you're in the real world, you're still being surrounded in a community of people that want to provide you safe spaces
Yeah.
and resources and all these
Oh
things.
yes.
But in reality, when you're an
Opportunities.
adult on your own, you
You don't
don't
get
have
that.
all that. People don't give a fuck about you, you know?
Not at all.
And it just paints a false reality for a lot of us that by the time you get out, it's like, well, I wanted to do the sociology thing because I wanted to help somebody, but people aren't hiring me because I'm black.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Right.
I thought the world
Right.
was about being inclusive. No, that was just my CSU. Fuck. Like, the reality is everybody's a little racist, is my point. but
A little bit. A little bit. We all a little bit.
but it's like
We all make the jokes.
that's why I'm like, you gotta know the fuck you're studying, or what are you really doing here? What do you want to do? Like, I know I want to get to my own film studio one day, and that takes time. But
Right.
I know for a fact the minute I get out of here, I'm not gonna be on some major studio. I'm gonna have to work and get to where I need to go. It just
Do some shit jobs.
Thanks.
right.
Might sell a little crack on the side.
Well, I mean, I ain't that desperate.
Don't condone
I'll wait.
illegal activity.
Like, but it's the reality. I think minorities have a better reality than the I won't just say white people, but like the majority, I would say.
Yeah.
So, you know, we out
Yeah,
here.
but they want to see us fail.
They do, unfortunately. But we won't.
We can't.
We can't. Yeah, that's better. We can't, bruh. We gotta show them.
Man, I
No, yeah.
I refuse. That's what's crazy. I get into like, I get into a lot of arguments with my friends all the time at work, all the time, and like or disagreements. We disagree a lot about a lot of different things. And one of my friends loves to point this out, and is like, "It's always you against the world, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it looks that way."
Well,
But I'm just not. It's like when people want to debate something, like when you want to say who would win in a fight, Kung Fu Panda or Batman. If you just say Batman because he's Batman, you're not looking at all the sides. Like
right.
I will wholeheartedly defend that Poe will be Batman. I've seen all three movies, and I've seen a lot of the Batman movies. A lot of people that I'm seeing these days they live in a lot of echo chambers. They live in a lot of places where they don't hear the disagreement, or they're not they're not willing to put up with it, you know? And it's so sad. Like I play Runeterra, and this is a card game. And I won't get into this toxicity of a fucking game, but essentially, for me, I don't get victories. I get surrenders. Like
Yeah.
99% of the time, the player will surrender to me, and I love it. But it's like they want to play in a certain way to where they always have an advantage, where they're always on top, where I can either never do damage to them, where they can always do this or do that, and then I can't do anything. However, the minute I start to get some type of upper hand, whether they are still at max health or like one hit away or somewhere in between, they'll just surrender. Like I've had a guy who like he literally took like maybe 2 hits from me, and he was beating my ass for rounds after round. I slowly started to turn it around with one card. I did one card, and it was about to change the outcome of the game. I wasn't gonna win, maybe, but like I was definitely about to do something.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like and this is shit that with this game they will sit like you can't talk to them, you can't interact with them other than using stickers.
Oh, yeah.
But like they just sit there, like the game just is in a stall, and then there's a timer that pops up if you don't do anything, and it makes me laugh every time because it's like I know on the other side that they're so upset that they can't win the way they want to win. They don't even want to try to fight back. They never considered what I would have in my hand. They only considered what they had, you know? And at the end of the day, they just would rather surrender than lose to the other side. And a lot of people are in fear of that surrender, of being wrong, of not winning. And I'm like, dog, it's just a game. Like, you know? You can be upset, but don't make it seem like, you know? Because then we're not having fun. Like,
well, when you think about it, though, like life is the same way, exactly.
No, yeah, 100%, and that's like
But
that
also,
mentality is what I see.
minorities are the same way.
A lot of
Minorities are the same way. They
a lot
hate
of the
to
times,
lose. Mainly appearance, but like that's a different topic.
man.
That is, yeah.
But it's so weird. I think I only notice these things nowadays because I spend more time with myself than with anybody. So when I finally do get to interact with people, I just notice shit. People are weird, but I like to live in a fantasy world sometimes. So it also is really fun to like mess with people. But I do have a video I could show. If we want to talk about like family and parents and
yes.
and choices. Let me share my screen here.
Family and parents. Oh, that's a love controversial topic.
It is. It really
Yeah.
is.
It really is. And I have a I've talked about this video before. I've watched this video, and it's a lot to digest. Now, I'm not calling her a dumb bitch, but
But he wants to.
Now she's gonna.
We respect women.
I don't. Let me see. Yeah,
Well,
I have to find the right video actually because that one might not. A lot of people. It looks like a lot of people reacted to this shit.
Oh
Here.
my god, I love ABBA. Bro,
No fucking way.
God.
Okay. Because I was gonna show us an ABBA and Preach video earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll pick this one. Bro, I'm on their Patreon. Like, I'd be ready.
Dang.
My God.
I wish I had the money for their Patreon.
Oh my.
You do.
They are my comfort channel. 100%.
Yeah. No, for real. I literally watch them when I eat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is good shit.
They talked about this girl who said she would rather die on the side of the road. She would let her baby die on the side of the road than ask her baby daddy for help. But I just want to see everybody's reactions. Like, because this video is wild.
I figured it out all on my own already.
Is she drunk?
Well, what I have realized with my daughter,
I'm pretty sure they are.
After I dragged her
stoned.
across the counter,
Pretty sure that's a
when
hookah.
you introduce kind of that physical energy, it changes things.
Don't come over here.
After you did drag her across the table like it was a WWE wrestling match.
Yeah. No, this happened at like it was like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Damn,
This was in the afternoon.
The sun was out?
So this happened,
Nice.
and immediately,
Sun wasn't out.
She's a plant.
clearly, I'm an earth sign, so I get my energy from above.
Shout out.
Now,
Okay, then I guess.
there is a lot that she said there. It was 3 and 4 in the morning. Also, she beat the shit out of her daughter. Not just beat the shit out of, but it sounds like she literally assaulted her child. We'll get to all of
And you
that,
shouldn't be like, proud of that, but I guess,
Yeah,
right?
no. What the hell? That's abuse.
whatever.
Literal attack.
Abuse.
Love fucking Preach's face here. It's 100% how I feel.
So, see,
Just brisk play.
so and this is something I never do because I
Photosynthesis.
think we're kind of like this in
Yes.
the same way. As a single mom,
Yeah.
I got this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it. I ain't calling her dad. You can,
Yeah, you listen,
I'll
bitch.
die starving on the road before I call her
That's
dad.
facts.
She said
So
it.
I'm like,
Facts.
She said it first. She said it first. She said it first.
Okay, there's okay,
But-
okay. There's a thin line between pride and not wanting contact with the dad. Okay, like in the most dire situations, if your baby's about to die, then I don't know. Why would you call your dad? First of all, her dad. I mean, her baby daddy. Like call. I don't know.
911.
911. Yeah, that's the fucking number.
That's the number. That was what it was made for. But I'm gonna keep watching before I just.
Help my child.
I
That's
wanna
what's
use,
crazy.
Or
It's
like
just
call
the
someone else. Yeah.
the concept of I would rather die. I would rather they die
die.
before I ask him for help. Fuck him.
Right. But this is the whole man you decided to sleep with at one point.
But hey,
Yeah.
maybe it's justified. Maybe it's justified.
you know what?
Facts.
Like, that's why I
I'm
said
all
let's
the way
Dumbest
up
shit
here.
ever.
Say it again.
You
That's
just
the
sound
dumbest
right.
shit ever.
Hey Jay, let him
Love
rock
this
out for a
guy.
little bit. We gonna digest that. We gonna digest that later.
I'ma die on the side of the road before I call your dad to
Okay,
help.
because I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you
it's
why.
kind of wild, but go ahead.
No, for real though.
That's your ego. That's your ego. You're not in it for the kid. You're in it for your ego. You're not even looking after your kid. It's all your ego. And if you think like that about the baby dad, I don't even know what you're saying about the baby dad to the kid. But we don't know about that, so we're not gonna go on that. But that's your ego. That's not you being a mother. That's you being an egotistical bitch. That's what it is. You
Why?
bitch.
Let's hear why. He might be a convict in prison. We don't know.
Damn. You don't care.
The zoom in kills me.
Oh god.
Let's hear why. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Preach does it.
I don't.
Right. Now, before she starts explaining herself,
Oh god.
I mean, I think we all can agree we've seen like at least a variation of this behavior before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like common in I would say in our type of households. Well, like low income households or minority
Ooh.
households, I guess. Like that shit's crazy to me. Like I'm not gonna put my mom on blast or anything like that. But like I've seen her have a mentality where like, yeah, screw my dad or whatever. Like he's a piece of
I
shit.
would.
He's this that whatever.
I
She
would.
said that to me. And she's grown as a person. I think she's a much happier person than she used to be. So I don't think she would say these same things now, or at least even if she did, she'd have more like I think practical reasoning. Like I don't think she'd ever say she'd rather die, but I think she'd say he'd probably be the absolute last person. Which I could be like, okay, the absolute last person, sure.
Your last option.
Uh-huh.
But to say you would rather choose to not exist, that's just crazy to me. I'd rather just be in oblivion than, we can relate. And then what this lady's about to say, but she's about to do a lot of hand motions.
Setting and implementing
I can
every
tell.
seed that child has in them without the help of the other, I don't need to call you for nothing.
So I don't know the relationship between you and her dad. So when you say I would die on the side of the road,
A group of y'all.
A
and
group of
how
y'all.
These dads operate because it's not just us.
Respect.
Okay,
No,
it's a large
right.
percentage.
Like
It's a large.
this way that she talks triggers me. Like this level of arrogance and like you're trying to you feel so confident in what you're saying that
like you're 100% right. And
you're
you
above
can't
it
be
all and
proven
shit.
wrong.
Yeah. Like I've seen my mom have the same type of attitude when she's talking to me about
Oh,
about stuff
we've
as a
all
kid.
seen it.
You know, like, yeah, and it would make me so
Feel free.
angry. It's like
Feel
as
free.
if there's no other opinion that matters.
Mm.
You know, or is no matter what, it's always this above whatever you say. And I'm like, that's not how conversations work. We're not talking about these group of men or whatever. We're talking about you and this individual. It's not you having to stand on a soapbox, none of that. Not anyone saying
Right.
you're a bad, you know, like, but your own this lady is far gone. I think she's pretty stoned, so I don't think whatever she says is
I don't
valid.
think that's a.
You know,
Okay,
but
yeah, I was gonna say that.
her behavior is just ugh.
So I say that because when you introduce dad, I'm assuming that he's in her life. So when you say
Yeah.
that I would
To a
die
degree.
on the
It's
side,
always to a degree.
see,
She like, no one
know
asked for that
though.
shit.
Because men get a lot of
But-
choices, and I don't think we want to talk about that. But it's always to a degree.
Okay, no.
Because
I agree
it's
with that
always
too.
to a
No,
degree.
This is the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
This
we-
is
we
the
already
thing.
know. We- I agree with that too.
You haven't heard her tape, so press play.
Yo, why you looking at me all mad and shit?
He is so
Yeah,
upset.
No. Don't look at me all upset.
I feel that.
Give that energy to her.
Yeah.
If you're a parent, how you gonna tell me I can't this weekend, next weekend?
Because parents
What?
don't do that.
Listen, I'm not.
Imagine,
Wait,
yeah, he
it's
said that. You're dying.
I'm not.
Imagine you do this. You call him. Hey, I'm dying on the road. Help me. Nah, I can't this weekend. I'm sorry. Hangs up. Yeah, I'm sure that's how your conversation's gonna go. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, that's so illogical. Like it'd be like, okay,
yeah. Sorry,
I'm
I
on my
can't.
way.
Maybe next weekend though.
like,
Next
okay.
week you're dying on the road again. Like, what the hell?
Sorry, I'm busy. Like,
Right, like, and if he does that, that means you do this shit on occasion. Like, holy shit.
right.
Yeah.
Why do most women who, yeah, exactly, some women who are single moms feel that they're just so much better because they're the woman and they have the child. When sometimes, and in this woman's case, she's shitty, and I don't know, and I can't say for the baby daddy because I don't know him, and she hasn't talked about him of like what he's done wrong. But so far, it's like you're not doing anything to benefit your child, and especially in this society right now, where we know most of our parents are like this, or they got with somebody who's like this. It's like, if you think about it, what about your kid? Because you've lived your life already. Because you've done it to where you can have a child and have them grow. Don't know how old this kid is, whatever. But like, we're the most susceptible in the youngest of ages, from like newborn to like teenager. You know, because then once you get to a certain point in your teen years, that's when you're like so focused on like trying to figure out who you are and put yourself into like society's bubble of acceptance and the norms.
Right.
And that's like why I study psychology, and sociology for that matter, to get in on an individual level. And for both of these women, they were hurt, and it's like that's not going to be a good enough excuse, and I'm not going to excuse the behavior of beating your child at all. But it's like I could tell one of them, like they have insecure issues, they have insecurities, and this is where the ego comes in to play, because they're like, okay, but I got a kid, so what can I do to make me seem like the baddest bitch out there? Let me put my baby daddy down and let me beat the fuck out my kid.
Because I don't need
that's
him.
what you're supposed to do. And I don't need him. I'd rather die on the side of the road than call this man.
Then prove I
I'd rather
don't need
lose
someone
my
else.
lack of breath. Like,
it's hyper independence.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like you slept with this man though. Like you loved him at a point. So
He busted your
show him
back.
all parties. Well, we don't know if he actually did.
I think it's better to imagine that that's always the case. This is just a general state. If you're not busting someone, if you don't bust someone's back, then hey, you're doing it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, but some people don't know how to put them strokes in, so we can't.
The white
Hey,
folks.
love is real sometimes. Sometimes you stay with
folks.
them even if they not. Shut up.
Sorry, yeah.
This is why white women and white guys like black people better and Hispanic. But it is what it is.
Oh no, yeah. I guess they're like that. Some of them are like that because they've been like, oh shit, I just got abandoned. It's time for me to build up a defense. But sometimes
let me make an excuse.
Really bad. Yeah, sometimes
Let
that
me
shit,
make up.
yeah, it's just made out of straw. It is so weak and it's so fragile that they get
No,
so
but they're
defensive. Huh?
people actually believe it though. That's the crazy
They
part.
do. They're like, oh shit, oh my god, this is fucking Tiger Mom. Like, oh my
They're
god.
like, that's who I want.
Yeah, like
That's what I want. I want her. She's right. Like,
most of the time they're not. They're just,
why even have a kid? That's the
yeah.
question. Why even? You could have swallowed
True.
Plan B,
Abortion.
abortion. Like, it seemed like she'd be the
So
type
many
of.
That's what's
options.
crazy. Riley Reid is probably is smarter than all these women. Like
Riley Reid getting shit.
she's pregnant now, but she was like, I never got pregnant
Riley,
before. Yeah. She was like,
clarification. Riley Reid is a porn star who is now pregnant
yeah.
with her freelance runner husband.
Yeah.
To clarify for anybody who didn't know.
Like it's crazy. She said I pull out, or I practice the pull out technique, and she was like, if I ever did get pregnant, I aborted that shit. And I was like, you know what, I respect it.
And she did. She a couple times did that pregnancy shit.
And now she's pregnant because she wants to be, and she's ready.
Right. Like no one forces you. Well. I don't think in her case. I don't think in her case.
No,
I
it
don't think in her
definitely
case
doesn't sound like
anybody
it.
would force her. Not at all. You could have swallowed or something. There's options.
She definitely would have. Like
shit.
You know, like there. I don't know. I
feel bad for the kid, to be honest.
I know.
Yeah.
That kid's gonna need therapy.
That shit's gonna be hilarious. Oh, well, not hilarious, but like, well, I'm gonna be laughing. But it's fucked up, you know, like being the child of a porn star. That's rough.
Oh, we're talking about Riley Reid's kid. I was talking about this woman's kid, but
oh, well, both. Oh no, okay, well, yeah, this kid too. Well, yeah, this kid too. But
this
like,
kid, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's see what else happens.
Watching this, that's the dad is taking it very personal.
Let me answer that.
I jumped forward a bit.
So I'll finish that story. So I realized that, you know, obviously I done dragged her across the floor. She's crying, the dog crying. Like it's just
how your daddy did.
But I realized that I was here
Wrong?
and not able to, you know, fully think through, be rational, calm. This is a good time to tag team because
when you got to the point of dragging her hair.
I'm stuttering, I'm spitting.
Like, you knocked her over. Like, wilding out.
Yeah,
and
we here.
my actions.
So this is a good time to tag team my partner.
Yeah.
Damn.
Keep going. I got
so.
Try your daughter.
He said, "Damn."
Wait a minute. Wait. So no, wait. Back up. Because I was gonna think she was gonna be like, you know what? I shouldn't have done. And then I was like, when she said, I got a tag team. No, you don't. The point was made across already when you dragging her hair across the floor and beating her senseless like she a hoe on the street.
Man.
Like, first of all, my only question is to parents, because we've all got our ass beat, right? And we all know the excuse. I don't want to do this. This hurts me more than it hurts you. Bullshit lie.
Yeah, exactly.
I hated that excuse.
I promise you it doesn't.
Every time. It really doesn't. And I don't even think in this case when after you get your ass beat, they don't do this. I'm sorry. They like, you want to eat some food. After like maybe you took a little hour nap from crying and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get to go nowhere. They just asked us, you want to eat, and you couldn't really say no because then you was too scared to say no. But it's like I have a question for parents because I know if I had a child, I know I want a daughter at some point in my life.
Yeah,
I would never lay a hand on my child more so for the psychological well-being, and it's not gonna get my point across. Of let me beat your ass real quick because you didn't do the dishes. Because later on, you're not going to really want to, and then you're also going to become accustomed that you're supposed to get hit on, especially by me as your father.
Right.
Because that's not going to get my point across for you to learn lessons in life. I can understand, like, okay, give me your phone for a week. Okay, you can't do this. Like, just take away the things they don't like. I mean, beating their ass ain't going to do nothing but cause some trauma for them in the future. And also you're not going to get that relationship because later on when they're an adult and they need you, and you need them, because let's be honest, we all really ready to throw our parents in them elderly homes. I know I'm ready. I'm going to cap. I'm just waiting for the right moment. What you going to do then? Because I'm not going to answer the phone if you be like, I need you, and be like, no,
sorry,
this hurts me more than it hurts you. Sorry, I can't help you.
Next weekend though.
This hurts me though. This hurts me though. Not as much as it hurts you, but it hurts me.
Just
Like if we just did the parental role switch, and then every time we do, we're disrespectful. We have an
Exactly.
attitude.
Like we're just
Where
putting
did
up
we
a
learn this behavior?
yeah.
it's crazy to me, but you know it.
Honestly, if I
I
was that kid, I would have beat her ass back.
it's just
Called
weird to I mean, I would hit my kid at one point. Yeah, sure. You could a kid needs to be smacked
yeah.
to understand like, hey, you don't listen to me? Okay, let me
Not
remind
a
you
rough ass, not a hair pulling.
that I should only do that if you've gotten me that to that point, you know? Like
As an extreme.
yeah, like as a parent, I don't think you should ever be ready to hurt your kid. You shouldn't never really ever have to. Like
Maybe.
right. Like I mean, but that's what I'm like. I would never hit my kid unless they really got me to the point where if I don't show them some physical discipline, they're gonna think that they can just talk to me any kind of way, and I won't do anything. Okay, all I need is one good hit in. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. There you know, and you'll probably never talk to me like that again. Great, you know, like and yeah, they'll be upset for a while, but that won't be a traumatizing event. It'll just be the lesson learned. Oh,
Not
respect my
getting
dad.
dragged across the floor.
Yeah, like I would never get to that point where I'm literally fighting my kid. If I get that angry to where I feel like I want to fight you, then I would just need to excuse myself. Yeah, like
right.
That's you got to be more rational as a parent.
Actually, right now, kids, our generation,
Uh-huh.
are not actually having kids until their 30s. And studies show that numbers has increased along with like marriage and everything. Divorce being the highest, marriage is like
Makes
slowly
sense.
decreasing ever since 2017. But as for kids, it's like one, we're leaving school if we went to college with debt. Then you gotta take care of yourself, and that's an expense. And then you gotta live. You gotta feed yourself. You gotta get to and from work. If you have a kid, and like let's say you don't have a partner, and you are a single parent, 9 times out of 10, you gotta pay somebody to watch your kid, even if it is another family member, because ain't nobody gonna do that shit for free.
No.
Nobody's that nice. I mean, if my sister had a kid right now and she asked me, "Hey, yo, can you watch my kid for the weekend?" I'd be like, I will. Do I want to? No. But as a good, uncle, would do that.
Yeah, like I'd watch.
I would be the uncle.
I don't mind watching kids at a certain age. I feel like because I can only have fun with kids at a certain age. Like I can't talk to like a 4-year-old because I feel like they don't understand anything.
Your sister.
Yeah,
Your sister.
like you know, I want to be able to talk shit with them about Reddit or something. You know, like,
Yeah.
have some fun. But
I mean, but it's like don't have a kid then. I mean, personally, I just wouldn't hit my kid at all. I've learned the ways of not of like how to punish them. Because I actually no, it's like gentle. I've had conversation with friends, and I'm like, if I had a kid, because I do genuinely want a daughter, but I have a kid to where I can have a relationship where you could tell me like, hey, yo, I'm finna go party. I'm gonna drink smoke. I'm like, cool. You know, if you need me, call me. Like, I'd rather you call me when you're ready to go home, even if you fucked up. Because guess what? The next morning, that's your consequence. You're gonna wake up hungover, in pain, and that's on you. You decide to do that. That's your life lesson. Or if you had sex, I'm like, well, this is what it is. You have a kid though. I will love you, support you, and all that. But I'm gonna just teach them that in everything that you do, there is a consequence.
Yeah,
and that's why I wouldn't beat them. Like if they're younger, it's like when you tell your kid, "Don't touch the stove because it's hot," and they're gonna touch it anyway, and they're gonna be like, "See, I told you not to touch because it's hot, ain't it?" And now they're crying. I feel like in certain circumstances, every consequence is gonna teach them not to. But I also would teach them a certain way to have that dominance, but also to the point that they can have a relationship and come to me, because I feel that now you can't do that. I know I would not go to my parent with how I feel about my life and how my emotions, because I don't have that relationship with them. But I also know not to cross the boundary of, if I do some dumb shit, it don't matter how my mama is, she gonna beat the shit out of me and beat the black off me. I know that. So even if she can't, I know there's something she gonna do to me, and I don't want to see that there. No matter how old I am.
Yeah. Nice. I agree. I agree.
So I think, if we had kids, it would be fine. It would just be harder because financially we don't have the same opportunities as our parents and their parents did. Because trust me, if I had the opportunity to go to college back then when it was literally very cheap,
Right.
I would not be complaining. I'd be like, you know, if I got to take this little chemistry class, fine, because I'm not giving up my whole life
And
and a
that's what's
leg to it.
crazy.
Yeah.
They don't understand that the cost of living is so much different now that it is no longer just easy to go to school and work one minimum wage job. It doesn't cut it
No,
anymore.
no, you gotta
Like
work 2 at least.
I've tried to explain this to like both my mom and my dad on occasion. Like, you know, like it's just,
Ooh, your dad.
you know, yeah, like, it's just
It kills
it's
me.
like it's not hard to see if your child has been working, like whether getting paid or not, you know, their
Right.
entire college time, and they still can't afford a place to live. That should probably tell you, hey, yeah, okay, I can see you're trying, and I guess it is a little bit more difficult, or there's something here that we don't see. Like, yeah,
They don't
there
like to be
really
wrong.
is. So, you
They
know,
don't like to be wrong.
no,
Not
they
at all.
don't. They want to be right, and I mean, that's fine. We all want things, but it's about a matter of perspective. Like, there's
Oh God.
I
No.
mean, I wanted to ask Cassie.
Hmm?
I wanted to ask Cassie because
Mhm.
Elijah grew up with me. We grew up together. I mean, there was a point when, well, there wasn't actually another point. We all shared a room
Oh.
Oh yeah,
all
yeah,
the time. No, the entire childhood. We were never away from each other.
true.
Shit, when we was grounded, we just sit in the room
Oh,
and stare at each other like, so what we do now, guys? What we do now? We just contemplate like, what do we get in trouble for now? And I thought it
Facts.
made sense. Thought it made sense. I thought, you know, that one dish that I washed that somebody else used is my fault. It wasn't washed and put back,
oh my God.
you know? But as for that fact of, you know, our parents can't understand the fact that sometimes it's a little harder.
Yeah.
Cassie, you know, how do you feel when you go home and you know, because you tell me all the time, you know, when you had your job at the dining hall and your mom asked, your mom had told your siblings to come to you for money
I
and their basic needs, even though you're not the parent, but you are the older sibling.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel going to college, having a job, taking care of siblings, even though you're not even home?
Literally, I felt like a bank. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was cash money rich,
Mm.
even though I made $15 an hour, and my mom was like, "Yeah, if you want money, just go to your sister, you know, because she has a job
Yeah,
now." And I was like, "Bro, literally, I've been a
right.
second parent to my siblings all my life, bro. I've raised them. I've taken care of them. I've changed diapers for like my sister. Like it's been crazy. I've been fucking." The second parent, right? And then they're like, "Oh my
It's not
God,
even the second parent at this point. It's just
I'm
the
the
only
mom.
parent.
Yeah, mom number 2." I don't fucking know, cause literally my mom
Right.
is like away at work like most of the time, so I'm just like I'm there for them. I'm there like what's it called? The first person they go to. And now that they're like, yeah, you know, you have a job. Oh my God, you're independent. Cause they've been fucking poking at me. They've been like, Cassie, you're 18, get a job. Cassie, you're 19, get a job. Like, oh my God.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just trying to live. But yeah, I just felt like a bank. Even though, and when I fucking lost my job, I didn't lose. I lost it. I quit because I was tired.
For
But
real.
I was literally failing class so bad. But when I quit, I could not tell my mom for like 2 weeks because I was so
I know. I kept trying
scared.
to tell her to tell her.
I was like, bro, I have no money now, and she still keeps asking me to like pay for this, pay for that, do this, do that. And then I told her,
Yeah.
and she was like, oh. And now,
Mm,
I don't get hit up anymore. I only get hit up by my mom when she needs to get her bills paid, and I'm so sad. I'm like, hey
eh,
mom, I love you, and she's like, pay the bill, and I'm like, okay.
No, but like that's what I mean by the psychological damage of I would never do that because I feel the same way. I mean, I moved to college
Yeah.
for 6 months, and now I did not actually get, and I'm jealous in a sense of all my friends' parents, even yours, Cassie, of
Hmm.
your mom, really,
Yeah.
of you know, not having that family and parental love. Because I remember moving, I had to ask Cassie, "Hey, can you drive me to school? Can you wake up at 6 a.m. so we can get there, drive to San Francisco, and help me move my stuff, please?" Because my family didn't want to do that.
Mhm.
Get to school, move there. Not my phone was dry until I got the dishwashing job and only made $16 an hour. And
Yeah.
keep in mind, I did not have the same opportunity as my sister to go full time because I was paying for school. My sister did
Yeah.
not have to pay. I was paying $1,800 a month to live there for food and basically essentially a roof over my head. But that also didn't that excluded
close this.
tuition. So I had to pay tuition too when that came up.
I want people
Yeah.
looking in here and shit.
But going there, staying there, my mom only hit my line when she was like, "Hey, yo, can I have some money?" And she would always call me. And whenever I called her, like, "Hey, how are you? You know, I'm just checking in." She's like, "What you want?" I'm like, "To tell you I love you." But okay. And then she's like, "Can I have $40?" I'm like,
You're
I
like,
guess.
bruh.
But like, and then so I move home, and obviously cycle continues. I get home, my uncle lectures me, and it's like the first day I get back, and mind you, guess who picked me up? Cassie did. You know,
Part of the reason why I don't go back, or at least I didn't go back home as much as I did, because I didn't like the conversations that I'd be put in, you know, in terms of me just not being there, you know, or like because I'm in college, like there's supposed to be, you know, this concept of, you know, you're doing something grand and or different than what you were doing and or whatever, you know, and it's all really exhausting, and anxiety driving. So I prefer not to do it. But you know, it's not our job to be successful for our parents, you know, or none of that. Like it's really not. I remember the other day, I think a few weeks ago, like I was trying to figure out what everything I do that I do, why I'm really doing it. But then I was thinking about my parents, and then I was like, I was wondering what do I want them to be proud of? And you know, I was thinking about a lot of this very deeply. This is early in the morning, like 10 a.m. in the morning.
Dang.
Deep thoughts. But then I was like, you know what I think my purpose is? I think what I want is I want my parents to be proud of me without me having to give them money or shit. But like for me, I think my purpose is to like to be able to like say thank you, and that be the final thank you that shows them that what they did wasn't a waste of time.
right.
You know, so in essence, me getting to where I want to be in film is my way of showing them like thank you for giving me my chance to, like, you know, do what I want. And I don't want to have to feel obligated that I have to take care of them or do these things. Like I want to be able to have that option, but I don't want it to feel like a burden. And a lot of the times the parents make it feel like you have to be successful for them. But I think
Yeah.
they're just a part of what drives us to want to be successful. And to me, it's like to not exist is really rare. Or us to exist right now is really rare. Irregardless of how you got to where you are, you exist. You have the opportunity to do something that just other beings don't get to do, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, and you have to thank your parents for that in some way. Like you could, I mean, however you do it is up to you. But like, you know, for me, I'm like, I think that's what it is for me, because I've never felt like the person I've been or the stuff that I'm interested in, they always seem to be interested in or cared about or think is interesting enough, you know? Like I don't do sports. I don't dance. I don't do all these things that everybody else does, you know? So I always felt like they're not willing to accept me. They just want me to be super smart and all these great things. But like, no, I really like film. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make something that stands, you know, and that has a structure to it that I care about. And this will be my way of showing you, hey, this is what your son did, you know?
Right.
And so to me, that's my way at least of saying thank you. And I think it should be a part of what makes us motivated to do that. And our parents, from what I can tell, don't value their parents the same way. Like my mom does not like her mom, and my dad seems to have a very rocky relationship with his parents. And I'm like, well, I mean, if I keep doing that, then how do I expect my kid to ever try and have a good relationship with me? Because I could say I'd be a great father, but if I never, you know, try and acknowledge building something with my parents and trying to at least see what that life is like, then I can't give that to a kid because I don't know what that life is like. So, you know, it's like parents suck, but like and even if they're assholes, like we can we can let them be assholes so that way we don't have to be, you know? Like
Yeah.
even if they don't pay us back, okay, that's sucks, but you know, I'll be okay because you raised me to be okay. It won't destroy you. But it obviously becomes like obsessive, like and clearly like toxic, then it's like, okay, yeah, let's talk. But I don't know. I just look because there's just shit about my parents I think is weird when they hit the certain age that they're at, and I'm like, it makes me wonder where I'll be. So
I mean, it's just if you break the curse that we have, really.
yeah.
Easier said than done.
And this is one thing we do.
Yeah.
I do call him daddy. He calls me mommy. So I said, call daddy right now. So she called daddy. As soon as he picked up, she's like,
I swear to God.
Mommy dragged me across
All right,
the
baby.
table.
What the fuck you do?
Why did we keep calling him?
Mommy.
Oh my god.
He said, put.
Oh, you know, because
Now
she's
I
being
don't-
dramatic, because you know, who doesn't get
he
dragged
gets on
across
phone
the
with me. He
floor
said what
regularly?
happened. I told him what happened. He
real.
said, take a breath, which I appreciated because I did need to
Calm down.
woosah. And he said, what happened? I told him what happened. And he said, you know, y'all both in there. Y'all both women. You're going to get into this little
Yes.
situation.
You would still rather die.
Take a breath. Remember, she's still a child. She still is learning lessons.
I got you.
Sorry,
Let me
better
talk.
than me.
Let me talk to her. So then
Nobody
I
said
gave
it,
the
bad
phone.
niggas. Nobody
Nobody said
coordinated.
that.
I mean, if you had to
Nobody said
read
that.
between the lines a couple seconds ago,
I never met him.
maybe it seemed like the
and
nigga.
I think that's the
Maybe
problem.
he a good father, maybe not a good nigga.
No, though, a few seconds away before y'all made.
Okay.
I got so much that I just took.
Oh god, go off.
Go for it.
No, because first of all, I can respect what he did.
Yeah.
Because I would, first of all, because he better than me, I would have cussed her out. I don't care if you my baby mama or not.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're not finna, because I also put my life form to create that child.
Yeah.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
right, because it's like, first of all, it doesn't matter what she done did. First of all, she's 12.
Yeah.
We have to take into
Child.
account at each age, a child is gonna behave differently. When they're like 3 to 6, they know no better. That's your point to teach them about life and be like, do not do these things because they have consequences that do not help you. Point A. Then when they get to the preteen, to the teenagers, first of all, moody, hormonal, got issues, trying to figure it out themselves. So they're gonna be delinquents and have all these things. Now, I don't know what Jade, I think that was her name, Jade,
Yeah.
Jade, whatever. What she did deserved to be dragged across the floor. And it's like, yes, he told you to take a breath. Honestly, I would have cussed you out, to be honest. And it's like, you're still calling, you don't want to call this man when you laying on the side of the road, taking your last breath, but you can call him daddy. Like, I would have called him by his name if I really didn't like him that much for I couldn't call him when I'm finna die, but I can call him a whole name. Like, Jade is old enough to know her dad's name. My mom be telling me, hey, yo, go call David. I'm like, okay. Like,
Man.
because I know we all knew our parents' name.
Yeah.
Because, like, why are you calling this man that you despise daddy then? Because he sounds not that bad. Now, I'm not saying he ain't done nothing wrong because I don't know.
Boy, you missed the key detail, though. You missed the key detail. My man in the black hoodie said something. He's going to say it again because it's going to come back around. But just in case you missed it, I can't say it because he says the N-word, and I can't say the N-word on stream. So
let me talk to her.
No,
I never met him.
I think that's the
maybe
problem.
He a good father, maybe not a good nigga.
did you catch it? Okay, he said that. Let your brain process it.
No, though,
it's gonna come back around.
Seconds away before y'all made it seem like.
Hey, I think I dropped the gem.
You didn't drop a gem, dude. You're a fucking goober. Maybe he's a good dad. He's not a good nigga, but you'll still call him to be able to reconcile situations and lean on him for advice in regards to how to handle.
Said I dropped the gem.
Your own fucking hyperventilation. What are y'all talking about? This dude, is he fucking one of these women?
He has to be.
Nosing so hard. They out here talking about he well trained. He do seem like a well trained Labrador. Am I crazy?
No.
No, for real.
There's a lot of dysfunction right here. Am I crazy?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's hard to follow because
so
one's
much.
always
You know they fucking.
Which
you know they
basically her and her daughter got into a tussle.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what the fuck. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's hard to follow because one is always interjecting.
Well, first off, you got the black woman being like,
"That's what I'm." That's what I'm. Yeah, the back vocal artist.
Tell him, sis, it's generational.
Shoe up, like she's do up. That's
Yeah,
her.
okay.
Okay.
Those are my
So
ones.
you know what I mean. So she's always shoobity whoop bop, interjecting and shit. So. And after that, like so I get very disinterested when I get that it happens. More than that, I'm like, so what was your point? You say you would die on you said, you know what? I'll take back what I said.
He's losing it.
No, it's not.
I can't even blame this man.
And you're not egotistical. You a damn
You just a
liar.
bitch.
You want to make it look like you wouldn't call him. That's what the fuck you just did, though.
Why would she lie though?
Because the ego.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you for getting back to your original point. Nigga.
The truth.
Hey,
And the
Sade.
thing is, I don't think people understand that.
I think I just dropped the gym.
What's the gym?
I
Come on.
said he might be a good
Like, since he said that twice now, I've hated that phrase. 3 times? I literally hate that phrase.
You know they fucking.
100%. 100%. Like,
Because you dropped it. So no.
that's such some dumb shit. Hey, y'all, I dropped the gym just now. All lives matter. Just dropped the like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's just so stupid. Oh my god.
He thought he did something later because I said that.
100%. Hope he's not. I hope he got fired after this.
And that's how we have it.
I hope they all.
That don't got shit to do with you.
So then he said, okay.
That ain't none of your business. What we breaking up?
You be a
No,
horrible nigga, but like good for your kid though.
bro. Right, and that's all that
Let
matters.
me tell you.
So if
Because even
he's a bad nigga and a good father, then you should call him. That ain't got nothing to do with raising a kid.
duh, like you
This man
still
really thought he dropped a gem. If he's
lost
a good
your
father,
argument.
If you're in a dire situation, you call him because he'll help you because he's a good father and he wants his mother to be around. That's it. That's all there is.
That's the
all there
flat
is.
earth argument right there.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay,
I'ma
wait, hold
listen.
on, Sade. Hold on.
Go
So
ahead,
when we
go ahead.
talked about when you said, your comment is asking stupid, whatever you said about if I was on the side of the road, I wouldn't call him, right?
Yeah, you said you would
Because-
die
You
on the
said
side
that.
of the road before I call him. I said it's the dumbest thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
Yeah, because
But
to
clearly
me,
he's
Just
a good
repeats
father.
it
Because
so
to me, I
clearly.
figured it out all on my own already.
Is she drunk?
I figured it out all on my own already, but I called him in a moment of crisis because I needed to hear some words from him.
Is she drunk?
Hey man, listen. You
Maybe.
know what? We're gonna get to her in a minute.
and for me, who's had this child on my back,
Okay.
for
And on the
11
floor.
going on 12, because you're pregnant for a year, so
Yeah.
12 years
Okay.
where we have been down. We've lived here.
I feel like people just neglect that
this,
men
we've
carry
done
sperm.
That
Talk
I've had
about
to
it.
rob
Right.
Peter to pay
Yeah,
tolls.
Shit
to
that-
do this,
Oh my God,
Talk about what I've
that.
endured.
I take my daughter out of the
we
country
can
every
talk.
year for her birthday. We live in a house.
Talk
We got
about
a
it.
dog. I drive a Lexus.
I
Like,
met Jazz when she was living in the trap.
No,
bro.
no, that
Like,
is
not the trap,
what I
trap,
said
but it
doesn't
was
take
trap
it was a
enough.
trap.
So wait,
it was a trap.
wait. That's not gonna fuck up. What I said doesn't take away from
What
your
the fuck
motherhood
was
at all.
that?
No,
No.
Okay,
but
but
That's not.
Jazz when she
I
was
don't
living in
know.
the trap.
here for her
Look at
birthday.
that
We live in a
laugh,
house.
Talk
We got
about
a
it.
dog.
I didn't even
drive
hear
a
what he
Lexus,
said.
Like,
I
Hold
met
on,
Jazz
hold
when
on.
she was living in the trap.
Didn't
No,
be
that
honest,
is
Not the trap,
what I
trap,
said
but it
doesn't
was
take
trap
away.
It was a
enough.
trap.
So wait,
It was a trap.
Okay, because she's living in a trap house, or not just a trap house, like, or it was. I guess it was just, yeah,
That's not gonna
funny
fuck up.
as
What I
fuck.
said doesn't
Like,
take away from
holy
your
shit,
motherhood at all.
this guy's
But
weird.
okay,
but
but
it matters with the thinking, and I think that's where.
and I
and
think
that-
that's the difference.
and
And
that's the
that's what I'm
difference.
saying.
Exactly.
It feels like to me, and again, I had to talk to my mother about this and realize
It
what
takes
it
two to make a
was, and I
kid,
just
though.
realized, I haven't had that amount of growth yet.
Yeah.
It is
I'm
You
respecting
ain't
to your
had
point,
that yet.
maybe
Glad
it's a
she's
growth, maybe
self-aware.
it's an ego,
with
maybe
that.
it's a whatever.
I fuck with that.
But
Mm.
to what I said,
Just wait.
I would rather die on the side of the road than ask that nigga
So let
for
me ask you-
shit.
Pause. You just said it was a matter of growth or ego. I would not call this man if I was dying on the side of the road, but I'm going to call him when I'm dragging our 12-year-old daughter who I carried on my back, gave clothes, took her out, drove a Lexus, gave her a dog and a house.
Yes, sir.
But I will not call this man for help if I was on the side of the road. But I'll call him for some advice to calm me down when I'm dragging our child on the floor. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense.
He just hasn't had that amount of growth yet.
No.
Apparently not.
Clearly not.
It just baffles me when people are self-aware and
then they
stick
do
to
the
it.
wrong shit. Yeah, exactly. Like, at least try to change a little bit, you know, so you can.
But it's also the fact that she tried to make the point that she's taking care of her kid. That is her job. That's her job.
Yeah.
But what else is you supposed to do when you have one? Look at it and be like, well,
so pretty. Woo.
Oh well, throw it somewhere. Like, like that's your job. I hate when parents are like, "But I gave you this and this and this." I'm like, okay, and if you didn't, I could just make a simple phone call and we ain't seen each other no more, and you behind bars. But we ain't gonna have that conversation though, because you don't want to get booty tickled in jail, so you gonna do that. Like what? I guess parents really think they're out here doing something.
They're like, I gave you life, I gave you a roof.
But and my mom tells me that all the time. She's like, I gave you life. I'm like, I did not ask. Because if I did, I would have at least told you if I was gonna have an absentee father, make him rich so I can be financially set. I can deal with this. I can pay for therapy to be like, okay, I don't got a dad, and I can pay for life. It's like if you're gonna sleep with somebody, find a rich man so that I'm set for life.
Let's say theoretically, you can give a plant life, and that plant can be 10 times more independent in 2 seconds. Like, your point is moot.
Parenting over.
Like,
right.
Oh my god.
Sheesh.
I swear.
We ain't ready to talk about plants yet. That was pretty much the whole dumbass shit. And I'm about to go to my friend's house and I'm gonna piss him off intentionally. Because he really loves the Batman movie, thinks it's a masterpiece, all these wonderful things. I thought it was all right. And it occurred to me, why don't you look up bad Batman reviews? And so I found like a 30-minute review of that just talks about why the Batman movie sucks. And it made my day so much happier. So I'm going to go show him this video later. That's how you know you have a friend, when you just want to do shit that makes them upset. That's what I think.
Me and Cassie do that shit all the time.
For real?
Nice.
She's a terrible driver. I mean, she is, but you know. I remind her every time we're in the car.
Oh my god.
You almost hit a parked car, but whatever.
That I'm still learning. I'm growing as a person. Okay.
You got a 15 out of 15 on the driver's test. You ain't learning shit. You still can't parallel park. I still gotta do the shit before
I heard that's really difficult. I haven't tried it yet, but it's really tough.
It's not that hard.
Yes, thank you.
It's not that hard. It's not.
A life skill.
I taught you how to parallel park 3 different times. 3 different times.
It's fine. It's just hard. It's difficult, you know? Some people take longer to learn. Okay?
Driver, the hell.
Shut up, bro. Oh my god.
Man.
Wasn't this a shit show?
Honestly, this one was really fun. I had a lot of fun. Like, I don't have an outro, so you know.
Nope. I just call it the shit show.
The shit show.
That was the podcast, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We should look at an outro song.
I'll work on it. I'm late. There will be one.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. I'll see you.
Bye.
All right.
Peace.